Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon, everyone. Hi, freshies. How's everyone? Are you guys feeling great? I hope everyone is feeling great and excited to enter the best university in Malaysia, University of Malaya. Before we start, let's take a moment to congratulate ourselves for this wonderful achievement. I am Amalina Shaza Alisa binti Shazil Fariza, or you can just call me Shaza, your moderator for today. Welcome to our very first event for the 21-22 session, UMSU Faculty of Science Mini Orientation. For today, you will be introduced to the University of Malaya Students' Union, UMSU or AMSU, on who we are, the faculties, and also what we do as a student organization. So now, without wasting any time, I would like to gladly invite our beautiful Miss Lim Yong-eun Jessie, the representative of Faculty of Science, to give an opening speech and remarks for us all.
Thank you so much, Shaza. Greetings to all freshies. I'm Lim Yong-eun. You may call me Jessie. I'm one of the student representatives of the Faculty of Science, together with my partner, Ahmad Zafan. I'm also an actuarial science student from the Institute of Mathematical Sciences. Firstly, I would like to welcome all of you to the University of Malaya. I believe you all know that UM is one of the best universities in Malaysia. Also, welcome to the Faculty of Science. It is one of the largest faculties in UM, including the number of students and also the size of the faculty. I believe all of you come from 6 different departments, namely Department of Chemistry, Department of Geology, Department of Physics, Department of Science and Technology Studies, Institute of Biological Sciences, and Institute of Mathematical Sciences. I also saw that a lot of you guys are in our Amsu Faculty of Science Telegram broadcast channel, as well as the Telegram group. You may ask us any questions over there regarding the faculty. However, if you haven't joined it, we will be sharing the link at the end of this session. So please follow us on our social media and join the Telegram groups to get the latest updates about the AMSU Faculty of Science. Lastly, welcome to University of Malaya again, and we hope that you will all have a fruitful journey in UM. Stay tuned for the session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jessie, for the wonderful welcoming speech. Dear freshies, do make sure you enter the Telegram groups later if you haven't. Now, I would like to invite our second representative, Ahmad Zarfan, to give you an exposure on the general AMSU.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and good afternoon to all the freshies. My name is Ahmad Zarfan bin Abu Zaki and I am the second student representative of the Faculty of Science. So right now I'm going to give a brief history and explanation about AMSU. So back in the day, student activism in the University of Malaya can be traced back as far as the 1950s, during the colonial days. At that time, the campus, which was located in Singapore, student activism had already taken its root, bringing anti-colonialist and anti-British imperialism narrative. Students moving under various banners and groups were very critical of the British colonial government of Malaya. In the 1960s, student activism became more intense once its Kuala Lumpur campus is open, which is the campus we are right now. The union at that time was one of many other institutions that were autonomous and can be considered free from any other external influence, including of that government intervention. The union was heavily involved in the national political discourse, while at the same time working hard on ensuring the welfare of students to be upheld. The union was considered as a strong influential force due to its critical and freedom unionizing they possess. Soon after the enactment of the Universities and University College Act UUCA in 1971, also known as AUKU, student bodies across the nation has weakened after the freedom to administrate and manage student bodies are being limited. This led to the establishment of the Student Representative Council, MPP, that possess very limited functionality as a student body that represents the university student as a whole. Fast forward to 2019, after winning the campus election, a coalition of student fronts known as Suara Siswa brought back to life the establishment of the University Malaya Student Union, AMSU. Even with the UUCA still in place, the union is currently reforming its institution towards a body that really embodies the value of a union. Next up, I'm going to talk about the Amsu Cabinet that we have right now. But before that, I'm going to talk about the core vision or we will say, the values and the vision moving forward of the AMSU. So we have three main core values. First of all is institutional reform, is to bring forth structural changes within the university and the union itself to empower students to act as check and balance. Secondly, we have diversity, where we wanted to be more inclusive towards the disadvantaged and international students with various programs and initiatives. Lastly, our third core value, which is student welfare, and we are to continue our stance to strive for what is best for our students via the negotiation with the establishment and collaboration with private entities. Right now, I'm going to move forward to Amsu Cabinet. First of all, we have our president, Mr. Wan Afiq Ikhwan bin Wan Alias, and Mr. Tan Wong Kang as our vice president, Mr. Muhammad Rusli bin Baharuddin as our deputy vice president. And underneath that, we have 9 total portfolios, which include the Secretary General, Mr. Ui Guoshen, which he responsible for issuing statements, emails, taking minutes of meetings, and assisting other secretaries who need assistance to carry out their respective agendas. Next up, we have Mr. Nakib Al-Husaini, which is the administrative secretary, where he is responsible for the recruitment and supervision of union staff, as well as looking after the administration union property. Next, we have the Secretary of Finance, Mr. Wan Muhammad Zuhair bin Ghazali, where he is responsible for overseeing, maintaining, and performing any duties relating to the finance of the union. Next, we have the Secretary of Student Affairs, Mr. Ahmad Amir Muklis, and myself as the Vice Secretary of Student Affairs, Ahmad Zarfan, myself. And we ensure the welfare of students is guaranteed, in addition to managing the union's welfare service and facilities. Next, we have the Secretary of Student Affairs, Mr. Tan Keng Hong, and his Vice Secretary, Mr. Zaid Shah Himad, where they responsible for advocating the right issues, sharing university-related news, and promoting students' activities to increase the student awareness on those related issues. Next up, we have the Secretary of Club and Student Association, Ms. Lim Yong-eun, and her Vice Secretary, Mr. Muhammad Daniel Shahmi, where they are responsible for the rights, welfare, and cooperation of clubs and student association on the campus. Next, we have the Secretary of Strategic Planning, Mr. Arvind Kumar, and his Vice Secretary, Ms. Li Shi, where they are responsible for all union planning, campus policy issues, as well as union revenue generation. Next, we have the Secretary of Spirituality, Culture and Diversity, led by the Secretary is herself, Ms. Hema Shankari Anapropan Kalidasan, and her Vice Secretary, Rabiatul Jamalia binti Jalil. And they are to promote cultural diversity and inculcate Malaysian culture value on the campus. Last but not least, we have the Secretary of Media and Information, Ms. Najwa Muhammad Zain, and her Vice Secretary, Ms. Ing Jin Yi, where they manage matters related to the union publicity while strengthening the use of the information technology in the union's operation. And that's all for the Amsu Cabinet. I will pass back to our wonderful moderator.
Thank you, Zarfan, for the super duper informative introduction. It felt like we were in a history class, right? I hope you did not fall asleep while trying to digest the talk, so wake up now. Now, again, I would like to invite Jessie to further explain about Amsu Faculty of Science.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much, Shaza. Hello again. As you may already know, Zafan and I are the student representatives of the Faculty of Science. We listen to the students' opinions and try our best to fight for the Faculty of Science students' welfare and interest. On top of that, we communicate with the faculty management, such as dealing with the Deputy Dean of Undergraduate, Dr. Sharifah, and others to solve any pressing issues the students might face. We don't just work alone. We have a wonderful team working together, and they are the Amsu Science Fact Secretariat. Firstly, Zafan and I serve as the Secretariat advisors. In our Secretariat, we have 3 secretaries. The first secretary is the General Secretary in Internal Affairs. We have Ms. Balkis holding this position. Next, Mr. Sanjit is our General Secretary in External Affairs, while Ms. Sukshim is the Secretary of the Student Welfare Portfolio. We also have 3 units in our Secretariat. Each unit has a HOD and several members working in a team. The first unit is the Academics Unit, with Ms. Birunta leading it. After that, we have Mr. Shafiq as the HOD of the Planning and Execution Unit. And lastly, Ms. Karia is the HOD of the Media and Communications Unit. They will all be explaining about their roles in the Secretariat in a moment. Thank you, and I'll pass to Shaza.
Thank you again, Jessie. Now that we have known about the organization and how it's managed, let's get to know our fellow secretariats. First off, let's introduce our beautiful General Secretary 1 of Internal Affairs, Balkis binti Sabri.
Thank you so much, Shaza. So, hi Freshies, my name is Balkis binti Sabri, and I'm a second-year student from Bachelor in Biohealth Science from ISB, Institute of Biological Sciences. So, I'm the General Secretary 1, who is in charge of the internal affairs. I'll be keeping the minutes of meetings as well as keeping the formal records or decisions from our secretariat. So next one, I'll pass it to my partner, Mr. Sanjeev.
Thank you so much, Balkis. Hi everyone, I hope all of you are doing good. So I'm Sanjeev, a third-year student from the Institute of Biological Sciences. And as the General Secretary of External Affairs, most of my work involves disseminating information to the students. So I work very closely with all three units, and I often co-write the official statements that you might notice on our social media platforms. So moving on, I will pass to our Secretary of Student Welfare Portfolio, Go Sukshim.
Okay, hi Freshie. Thank you, Mr. Sanjeev. So I'm Go Sukshim. I'm the Secretary of the Student Welfare Portfolio. So I'm the third-year student and I'm studying Environmental Management. And I'm from the Institute of Biological Science. So I'm the secretary, and with my vice secretary, which is Lim Hyu Tong, we are taking care of the student welfare, which we collecting the responses and the feedback from the student to receive the faculty management attention. So each of the department, each of your program, you have your own representative for your program. So for the full list of the student welfare portfolio, you can search and look through our Instagram, our Facebook page, or our Telegram. So that's all for me. I will pass it to Miss Birunta.
Thank you, Sukshim. Hello everyone, I'm Birunta from Institute of Biological Sciences, second year in Biochemistry. I'm the HOD for Academics, and together with me there's Hui Hui, Rinisha, Adriana, and Durga. So I'm in charge of writing and translating the formal statements, and also I'm responsible for writing captions for our Instagram posts. That's all from me. Next, I'll pass it to Karia.
Alright, hello everyone. Thank you, Birunta. So I am from the Department of Geology in my second year for Pure Geology. My name is Nur Hairia binti Rini Azmi. So in the Department of Media and Communications, I handle all the postings in terms of designs that you see in our Telegram and also our Instagram channel, Instagram page, sorry. And I do that with my team, which consists of Vaishnavi, Nur Ainin Sofia, Aidatul Atila, Khadija, and also Nur Izzah. All right, that's all from me. I'm passing on to Shafiq.
All right, thank you very much, Karia. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum, Dachahawalaikum, everyone. Okay, I am Shafiq Sani, the head of Department Planning and Execution Team in Secretariat UMSU. And first of all, I would like to introduce myself first. I am second year student in Bachelor of Science in Applied Chemistry, Department of Chemistry, Faculty of Science. And together with me, we have Zainading, Sarmila, Loganathan, and also Azharif. Okay, so basically, what we are doing here in Secretariat UMSU is creating Google forms, such as we getting feedbacks from all of you, getting surveys from all of you related with welfare, academics, and facilities that we have in University Malaya. So that's all from me. So I'll pass to our cheerful moderator. Back to you, Shaza.
Thank you to all fellow HUDs and secretaries for the lovely introduction. Let's give a round of virtual applause to them. Yay! So now, I hope you will now have some ideas on what UMSU is and the things related to our beloved faculty, Faculty of Science. But if you still have any questions, worry not, because we still have a Q&A session coming right up. So do ask away because we are ready to address your curiosity.
All right. Based on the YouTube live chat, all right. All right. We have our first question is how to join AMSU. All right. So AMSU is not exactly like a student bodies that you can join like voluntary. You know, you need like we every year we have a campus election, um, which which was held by individual organization, UMCEC, and they basically in charge of the campus election as a whole, and we need to, for example, it's just like um, the national government election, but in a university level, in University Malaya. So the campus election was held every year to vote for the executive members of the University Malaya Student Union and independently run by the University Malaya Campus Election Committee (UMCC) since 2019. And for that, to join AMSU, you will need to be a candidate and run for election.
Thank you, Zarfan, for the answer. So now we have another question from Pika Cherry. Do we have any exchange student program?
Yes, we do have exchange student program, but we about more details about the exchange student you may refer to your course representative and also your course coordinator because each courses have their own program for exchanging. All right.
Thank you again,
Yes,
Zarfan.
to add on, there will be a session by the International Student Center (ISC) during MHS to explain about the exchange program. So I think the freshies can just go to the program and listen to what the ISC officers have to say.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Zarfan and Jessie. So the next question, I think everyone is excited to become a part of AMSU. So another question by Akmal Hakim. What are the benefits of getting into AMSU?
All right. Talking about the benefits getting into AMSU, the most I would say like the most benefit that you can earn from being a part of AMSU is the experience of in an organization itself. I mean, AMSU is a very big organization, even known to like a government level, and each university are trying to have their own student union as well. But they have like a lot of circumstances that, and unfortunately they can't make their own student council. But in University Malaya, as a top university, and we really prioritize student rights as a whole, and we always how do I say this, like fight for the student autonomy. So with that, we want I'm from a student front, all right, which for example you can say is as a party, and our party actually won the election, and therefore we are right now in these seats right now serving the students as best as possible and try to help students and as much as possible as I could say. And being in AMSU, you can gather all this experience how to work on probably a very high level of cooperation and etc. lah. I would say it's not like a bad experience. It's a very very good opportunity, and it's not even easy to get into AMSU. So yeah.
Yes, I agree with Zafan, and I agree with the part where we are representing all the students and we have the privilege to deal with the management, and we will earn more experience dealing with management, or like it's just a larger scale activity as a whole. It's not like any other clubs that you join. Besides, I think the advantage that I can feel is that we know a lot of people from different faculties, because in the cabinet, right, we have members from all different faculties, like faculty of law, faculty of engineering, and a lot more, faculty of education. So we can actually know a lot of friends, not just in our faculty of science itself. We can know a lot more about people from different faculties, and you will have more chance to work with different types of people. So if that's what you're looking for, welcome. I mean, you can consider to join Amsu.
Yes.
Alright.
Wait. Okay. Wait. So, does joining AMSU contribute to our co-curriculum credit? Yes, it does. We do earn merits as well by joining the AMSU. And there's sorry, Mr. Khairul name. Yes, depends on your time management skill. Sometimes we are very busy, and sometimes we are not that busy. But all in all, as a AMSU as a whole, we always prioritize it first. I'm not saying that you're gonna prioritize this over your academics, but obviously your academic gonna be first, but this will be the second. That's my personal opinion. All right.
Thank you to our representatives. That was such a comprehensive answer. So guys, you guys are very much more than welcome to join AMSU. So do join us if you have the time to do so, because there are a lot of benefits to it, just like what our representatives have explained just now. Okay, next to the next question by Ariel. Do you have a map of Faculty of Science, like the details of the lecture hall located at?
Thank you, Ariel, for this question. This, I believe, later your course rep from your individual course, they will explain more about the mapping of the faculty itself, and where are the lecture halls, where are the cafe, where are the tutorial classes, the labs, biology lab, chemistry labs. They all have their own different building, as far as I know, and later your course rep will explain it furthermore.
All right, thank you, Zarfan. Next question by Tengku720. What about first year students that didn't get the second dose vaccine yet? Can they come to college?
All right. For the first year student that didn't get the second dose vaccine yet, I strongly advise you to stay home first and get the second dose of vaccine. And then after the 14 days of the buffering, you can come to the campus after the 14 days.
Okay, it's better to be safe than sorry, right? Okay, next question is Kevin Holzer1. Can we register late for our respective colleges since there are currently issues with traveling right now?
Regarding the registration of the respective colleges, if you are a first year student, which the registration period is 15 to 16 October, how do I say this? It is strongly advised to follow the schedule to register the college. But if you really have unavoidable issues with traveling, probably your vehicle or transportation has some issues with that, you can actually write or probably call the hotline of the college kediaman that you got and tell them that you will be registering late for XXXYYY issues.
Okay, next up, question from Muhammad Shafiq Muhammad Rizal. If you have any problems afterward, do we have to contact certain AMSU members, or we can just openly state it in any platform?
All right, thank you, Mr. Shafiq, for this question. If students have any problems, right, you can contact us via email or via your course reps, just to tell them about the problems, and they will forward the problem to us, and we will try to evaluate the problem and produce a solution, the best solution for the problem itself. And it is very I strongly advise to just state the problem to us, because technically we are the only one that gonna help you. And yeah, so I really hope we are ready for any problems. You can just forward it to us and ask us any question if you have.
Yeah, besides we also have our Telegram group, and then if you guys join it, you guys can just tell us any problems you face, then we will reply to you or we will try to solve the problem. Yeah.
Okay, so you heard it. We're actually like the superheroes for the Faculty of Science. So if you guys have literally any problem at all, don't be shy. Just come to us because we're always ready to help. Okay, next, this is a follow-up question by Hui Fang. And what's the exact time and date for us to go back to campus for Faculty of Science freshies?
As I mentioned just now, the exact date for freshies for year 1 student is 15 to 16 October and 17 October for second year students onwards.
All right, thank you. I think the next question is it is very important for us to know. So the first year students have the option to travel from home instead of staying in the accommodation provided if they live nearby.
All right. Do first year students have the option to travel from home instead of staying in accommodation? All right. All the first year student has their own slot for the residential college, and it is up to you whether you want to stay in the college or you want to stay at home. If your home is nearby, you can travel frequently to your classes, then it's not a problem. It's not a problem.
Okay, you heard it. That's not a problem. Okay, Akif Afifi asked a very hot question. This is according to him. So mostly which KK the students of science faculty stay in?
All right. This is a little bit hard to answer because they always arrange it with different pattern every year. But as far as I know, student from Faculty of Science tends to get the 3, 4th, and 7 residential college, and if all 3 of the residential college are full, they will redirect science students to 12th college.
Okay, so the next question, I think everyone wants to know this, the answer to this question. Are there any travel restrictions for students who are living in campus? Are we free to leave the campus?
All right. If once you registered into the campus, there, I don't. Even though there are no like official notice or announcement regarding the travel restriction for students while living in campus, but it is advised. Even though, let's say, if you leave the campus, no problem. You can leave the campus and come back, but make sure to follow the SOPs to avoid any unwanted circumstances.
Okay. Another follow-up question by Tengku720. My second dose is on 3rd November 2021. So do I need to stay at home till November?
All right. Regarding this, all right. Oh, this is your second dose is very late. I'm sorry, Tengku, for that unfortunate date. But this you may need to contact your KK first and try to ask them, is it possible? Because every student are given a month period where they check in, because for example if you are first year students 15 16 means the final date you will be able to check in will be 15 and 16 of November. So assuming that you are taking your second dose vaccine on the 3rd of November, it will be around 17. So I would strongly advise you to call the hotline of the College Kediaman to reserve a slot for you and let them to know that you are confirmed to register to college, but just a little bit late.
All right. How about the curfew? Do we have any curfews?
No. As a university student, we don't have any curfew. You can go until what time, wherever you want. But do note that even though the university has 4 main gates, but after 12 o'clock in the morning, only one gate will be open. Only one gate.
Don't worry, guys. We're not high school students or school students. We're free to go. Just be independent and take care of yourself, all right? If you go outside for. Okay, next question from Nur Aisha binti Ibrahim. When can we know which residential college we get?
All right. as far as I know, residential college, like where do you stay, which KK do you get, is supposed to be announced back when 28th of September, but somehow the management has some issues. Not the faculty science management, but the management as a whole has some issues arranging the penempatan which means the slot where you're staying in which KK. So I believe soon they will release a statement or a full list of which KK you will get. But I will strongly will say that, as I said just now, Faculty of Science do tends to get 3, 4, 7, and 12 college.
Okay, thank you. Next from Brian Lee. Wait, 15th and 16th October are the dates for first year students to register into the dorms, is it? Not go there for physical classes, right?
Alright. 15 and 16 October are the dates for students to register into the dorm, and physical class starts on okay. So about the physical class, our semester starts on 18th of October, which is the first day of the class. All right, and as how do I say this? The first 2 weeks of the academic, the first 2 weeks of the semester, it will be semi-online. It's around semi-online to like 100% online for the first 2 weeks, and after that, then only we'll start to have like physical classes, like labs and etc. So, for example, the first year student comes to register on 15 and 16 October. They will just stay in the campus, and until probably like 30th of October, then only they will start going to the faculty and go to the classes, etc.
Okay, thank you. Next, the question from 123. If we're not staying in college and traveling from our own home, are we allowed to drive our vehicles and park in UM for first year?
All right. First year, we can't actually bring any vehicle in to the campus because this is one of the University Malaya policies where the first year are not allowed to bring any vehicles. Second year are allowed to bring motorcycle only, and third year onwards, then only will be allowed to bring cars. Because the parking space of the faculty and basically all the residential college are very limited, and let's say if everyone wants to bring their own vehicle here, it will be a total chaos for them to find a parking space, and yeah, we try to avoid that.
Yeah, also if there are a lot of vehicles, then there would be a major air pollution in just UM.
Yeah.
So we have to avoid that. Okay, next is Hari Kannan. On the day of physical registration on the 15th, could we choose to either stay at college or not?
Alright, on the day of the physical registration college on the 15th, could we choose either stay college or not? If you already decide to stay in the college, then you come for the registration. But if you already decided that you don't want to come to the campus, you just want to stay at home to avoid, for example, COVID. You probably it's very dangerous for you, and then you can just straight away call the college hotline and just tell them that you are not going to register physically. It's either one of them. I bet if you come to the registration and then you already take the keys and then suddenly you don't want to stay in, it will be a waste of time, waste of your time, and waste of the slot itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you have to choose carefully because there are a lot of other students that really want to get a placement in college. So do think wisely, alright?
Yep.
So from Tonyu Bettina. This is an interesting name. Hello, may I know how the shuttle bus UM works?
Alright, a shuttle bus in UM works. It has like a fixed route where it goes from college to faculty. Basically, a one big round of University Malaya, and it will have a shuttle bus around every 30 minutes. 30 minutes or so, but according to the office hours means from 8 to 5.
Alright. Again, college-related question from Mulian Nur Fatiha. Can we choose the room or already fixed?
Alright. Choosing the room is a little bit of mixed bag, but unfortunately we can't really choose a room, but depends on you. For example, there is a room where only have one student, Some rooms only limited to 2, and some rooms are 3. So for example, if out of the 3, for example, if you get a room where the capacity will be a 3% dorm room, if you come early, you can choose lah which bed you want or something like that. But room wise, we can't really choose what room we want.
All right. Next question. Dress code. Are male students allowed to have shoulder length hair? What is the maximum limit for hair length?
All right. About the dress code, right? We don't really. I don't think that in university level, university student has the restriction of, for example, having hair until shoulder level. But the most important factor of the dress code is you can do whatever you want, but must be very like kemas, like tidy. Don't be like very messy or stuff. Like as long as you look good, tidy, and look approachable, so that the lecturer won't really like scold you or something. So it's kind of safe lah. It's kind of safe.
Yes.
Okay.
So for the dress code part, right, we only when you are attending classes we have like a dress code, which is to wear long pants and shirt with sleeve. But if you are in the uni compound, you can just wear anything you want.
Okay. Thank you. So the next question. What is the maximum number of credits that can be taken in the first semester?
All right. About the credits that can be taken in your first semester, it will depends on your course. Some courses max it out at 18 on the first semester, some 20, some 21, and some 19. So it's fully depend on your course.
Okay, and lastly, our question from Dia Afina. When will we get the list of named students that go face to face there from 15 to 7?
Wait, I can't find the question. Wait, yeah, can you repeat the question? Sorry.
Wait. When will we get the list of named students that go face to face there from 15 to 7?
When do we get a list of students to this one? Wait, what? Okay, when will we get the list of names students that go face to face there from 15 to 7? 15 to 7, or do you mean 15 to 17? Is it? I don't really get your question. I'm sorry, Miss Leah. Maybe you can maybe you can probably fix a little bit of the sentencing there and then re-ask it again. Oh, 15 to 17. All right, right. I saw that. 15 to 17. All right. So the list of name of students that go face to face, that depends on the course. No, depends on the subject and the department and your department. For example, if you're from the Department of Chemistry and you have you have subjects that including like lab session, experiments, like all the science student does, then you might required to register on the campus if you get one. If you already got a slot on the college, residential college.
Okay, thank you. One last important question from Darling in the Franks. Regarding the examinations like final, will it be conducted online by Spectrum or face to face? Or will we have to wait till further notice from the admin?
All right, regarding the examination, I will just talk about the final examination okay. Final examination depends on your courses as well and your subject. Some will conduct online but with e-proctoring tool, some without. E-proctoring means like locked browser, etc., so that to avoid any cheatings happening there. So yeah, some, I'm not sure about the face-to-face exam, because so far there's really no face-to-face exam happen yet, but in this semester we might see it coming. There might be face-to-face exam in the exam hall soon, so stay tuned.
Okay. Thank you so much for the questions, everyone. If you still have questions, you may ask you may ask anyone from Amsu whenever, wherever. So again, thank you for willing to spend your time with us in this lovely afternoon. This marks the end of the main session, but hold up. We still have another orientation session in which you will have to enter the links according to your own respective departments. For example, if you're from the Pure Geology department, click on the link that says Department of Pure Geology. You can find the links in the live chat section. Don't worry too much as the session is just a chill session with your fun seniors. You may have the snacks and drinks with you in the comfort of your home. Hope to see you soon physically in UM. Bye bye and stay safe.